I think I did it. I think I did it this time. So I've been doing the 30-day cleanse, sugar cleanse that is. I'm continuing to do it more and extending it out even longer. I found the reasons why I needed to do this is because I started eating sweets and processed food. And in processed food, you have sugar in it, even if you don't know it. God didn't make processed food. He made whole foods in the land. Out there is real food. For us to eat sugar, that is manufactured. I kept craving not just my normal dark chocolate, but more than that. And because of the times that we're going through, I get it. We're stressed out and we're feeling like we need to reach for food and doing it in a way that may not be beneficial to us. And so that's what I was doing. I was eating desserts after a meal, and my partner likes to have sweets and he has a very strong sweet tooth. I just fell into that whole rhythm of doing it on a daily basis. So I just got tired of it. And I realized that it's affecting my sleep, it's affecting my temperament, irritability. I mean, these are things that I've read about in the Medical News Today article, that sugar is one of the major components that affects us and also causes a lot of the major illnesses. For one, obesity. It causes type 2 diabetes, heart disease, high cholesterol, and the major thing for me, chronic inflammation. You guys know about me, I've always had an issue with inflammation in my gut, in my stomach. Definitely gave me a touch of colitis, and because I wasn't eating the right things, and I'm sure of that. So processed food is having tons of sugar already in it, and then also grabbing for desserts and things like cookies, cake even, just things that I wouldn't normally eat. The other thing it affects is liver. So you can get liver disease from eating too much sugar as well. And not to mention, it's messing with your enamel, the dental cavities, causes all those things in your mouth. And I don't want to go to the dentist more than just 4 times a year to get my 3-month cleaning. You tend to build plaque a lot faster, I've noticed, when I'm eating more sugar. So I like to show you some of my shots that gave you an idea from a week-to-week standpoint of when I started the sugar cleanse, and maybe you can see also that how much it does affect the skin. And looking at that, you're just starving yourself of hydration in the skin when you're adding more sugar into the diet. So I said, oh, that's pretty much common sense. And you know, I finally put 2 and 2 together, and not only feeling sluggish and not wanting to work out, thinking to myself, I have to eliminate things that I know are not good for me. Looking at, after a few days, just started sugar cleansing. Because we fast, we can cleanse out these bad things out of our system probably a lot faster than the normal person walking around. And so after 48 hours of doing an initial fast is what I started out with, just eating my 1 meal a day. So basically I was doing 22 or 23 hours fast every day. You can see the next photo is that it's 2 weeks into the actual cleanse, and then you'll see 3 weeks into the cleanse. And I don't know if you can see a difference in my skin, but what I found out is that I was using less makeup. Now I still have a little bit of makeup, but very minimal, and you will see as from week to week and see what my skin looks like to you. For me, I found that I was using too much makeup in the first place, like concealer. I found that I was starting to pack more and more on because I was seeing some blemishes. But now I realized I'm using less makeup as the week to week went on, and now after 30 days, I'm really in 40 days. So you do the math, but I think it's a great thing. I really do. So this is things that I have learned. My skin was clearing up of some of those blemishes that looked little dark spots that kind of were easing in slowly, and I can tell that was the culprit. My anxiety seemed to decrease as well. I think my anxiety really goes up when I'm grabbing those processed foods and extra sugar. The digestion. Now, my digestion was changing a little bit. I found that I was more constipated if I'm eating those foods or sugar added items. Now, and I'm not referring to fruits or anything. That's okay because that's natural sugar. I'm talking about I strictly stayed away from any added sugar and any processed foods because that's where the sugar would be. I didn't really notice a bunch of weight loss or anything like that, but I did notice that I maintained my weight a lot better because if I had some processed food or something with sugar in it, I realized that I would jump up a pound or two the next day. When I have a big carb dinner, I find that I'm maintaining my weight and I'm not spiking up and down in the weight like I was before with the sugar. Basically, the benefits are you just become healthy in general. And I'm staying away from those kinds of major diseases that I do not want to attract. Now, I have parents that had high cholesterol, high blood pressure, diabetes, and also stroke. I know that this is something that you're adding towards going in the wrong direction by continuing to do sugar. The other thing about that is because of these times that we're in, viruses are running around rampantly, that sugar is also not going to help keep your immune system up, and you need to do that first and foremost. So eliminate the negative foods such as processed foods, packaged items, cookies, you know what I'm talking about, and see the difference. Give yourself a week. You know, what do you have to lose? Question, are you thinking about a 30-day cleanse challenge that you might want to do yourself? And if so, why don't you let me know in the comments below, and maybe we can all do this together and not give up all the gains that you just had by going into the wrong foods coming out of your fast. Binging can happen, and believe me, I know all about it. So just keep in mind, God is not putting these type of foods in your way for you to eat because it's nothing that he really created. He wants you to know that relaxing, reading more of the Bible so he can talk to you and you can hear him more by getting rid of those distractions such as sugar, desserts, and just basically the wrong thing to eat. We'll get through this. Okay, I need the door to stop. Take care of yourself. Take a bath. Go for a walk if you can. Those cravings would start to decrease. And thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate you. And don't forget, caregiving begins with you.